Welcome to a Life of Power preview workshop. This is the second video in the workshop series, and if you are ready to step into your full human power, energy, life force, beauty, and inner strength, you are in the right place. My name is Natalia Rose, and in addition to being the author of 9 books on detoxification and cleansing, weight loss, and ageless beauty, I am also the founder of the Natalia Rose Institute. Through my private Manhattan practice, books, and courses, I have been teaching my clients and students how to harness, embody, and wield the power of life for nearly 2 decades, enabling hundreds of thousands of my readers, clients, and students to restore their health, weight, beauty, and energy to optimum levels. In this workshop, I'll be teaching you how to harness, embody, and wield the power of life and live a life of power. Now, if you missed the first video in this series, you should go back and check it out because I covered the concept of power and what is meant by primal power and showed how important it is to retrieve your primal power in order to live a life of power. Now, in this video, I'm going to explain what anti-energy and anti-energetic forces are and how they undermine a life of power. And then I'm going to show you how to further prevent separating yourself from the fullest access you can have to primal power in order to live a life of power. Now, we're going to be covering a lot of ground today, so be sure to take notes. There's a reason you're watching this video. Either you're feeling depleted of energy and the ability to shape your life according to the vision you hold for yourself, or you've been feeling like there's so much more to access, but despite all your efforts to uncover what you know must be out there, you have only been met with disappointment. You may also just be living a life of unsatisfying proportions or mediocre results and want to learn from someone who has real tools for living an extraordinary life in real-world terms, like having a family and real-life responsibilities. And there's never been a better time to learn to access, harness, embody, and wield this power, because there's no question that all the noise of the world is reaching a fevered, frenzied pitch, and this is the time to become independent of the madness of such destruction and chaos. You can walk among the chaos and have power over it so that you are not the victim of it, but the master of your own energy field, which extends beyond your body to your home and those you care for. This work is a wonderful way to contribute to the healing of all. Now, I've helped hundreds of thousands of people to harness, embody, and wield the power of life. And as I've said before, despite all my higher education, travels, and extensive religious studies and spiritual pursuits, I never encountered the knowledge I will teach you. And I will heartily add that I would quite simply not want to live a life without this knowledge. That's what this video is all about. How to reclaim your power from this and never have it taken from you again. So in this video, I'm going to show you how. The first thing to do is understand the difference between energy and anti-energy. More importantly, you will come to realize why you haven't been able to crack the code of a fully successful life up until now. If your health, your relationships, your creativity, your beauty, your work life, your finances, your sexuality, your mental focus, or your emotional state do not all, or even in part, seem to embody success, it is because you have not been taught about primal power. And here comes the next bit of key information. You have also not been taught about its opposing force. Meet anti-energy. Well, sadly, you know it far too well, just not by name. Anti-energy is the opposite of primal power. It is the force that challenges the strength of primal power, the force which causes primal power to be siphoned off a person. Anti-energy is the antithesis of primal power. But let me also add that anti-energy is not entirely without its benefits. Like all things, we cannot reject something outright. If it is in our world, it has purpose. Under the right conditions, anti-energy creates the right amount of challenge to help primal power and its creations grow and evolve. However, in our world, it has become overgrown and is wildly dysfunctional. So I'm not vilifying anti-energy any more than I would vilify any healthy challenge that enables us to strengthen, but it's gone rogue, and we are rapidly unraveling because of that. Let me also let you off the hook a bit and remind you that it's not really your fault for not having acquired the knowledge and training necessary to access, wield, and increase your primal power and shield yourself from rogue anti-energetic forces. The governing principles of life are, ironically, not taught in our schools and religious institutions, and they are unfortunately not handed down to us by our parents or our culture. Even in the spiritual mystery schools and ancient writings, they are not communicated for our generation to readily comprehend today. They're shrouded in confusing texts and encrypted, leaving even the most determined seekers among us to go about our lives receiving and applying information that is, by stark contrast, in conflict with primal power. Let me put it to you this way. Primal power is the source of life. Pure, life-generating energy that heals and enlightens, beautifies, and inspires everything it touches. And the opposite of primal power is anti-energy. It sucks and pulls, siphons and leeches, vampires and parasites life-generating energy from people, from all living things that it touches. We move in a world of anti-energy without the knowledge of real energy, of primal fire. How could we be any more disempowered than that? You now have the opportunity to bring an end to that disempowerment. You now have the opportunity to restore the primal power, the most powerful energy in the universe that has been pulled from you by the anti-energetic forces, and learn to harness it for your personal restoration. Perhaps you felt there's more to life than what you've been taught, and yet you've suppressed that inner knowing because the world doesn't seem to have an answer for it. Even the religious institutions with all the countless alternative spiritual traditions seem to fall short and posture at best, but they fail to give you the life-changing information that makes everything clear. The countless quests that have carried you from book to book, mystic to mystic, guru to guru, life coach to life coach, yoga class to yoga class, diet to diet, unless I've missed my guess, you're still by and large unsatisfied. That's because none of them have made the primal power connection for you and your nemesis, anti-energy. Well, consider that done. Okay, we covered a huge amount of ground in this video. Take a deep breath. You don't need to close up every last anti-energetic drain today. You don't even need to know every single one. This video was just about making you aware of the drains and how they work so that you can increase rather than decrease your personal primal power and step into greater and greater states of embodying real power by doing so. Now I want to hear from you. What actions are you going to take to get started? Let me know in the comments below. If you found value in this video, please share it with at least 3 people you know, especially if they have any dreams of achieving this too. It's easier to get started on this journey when you have other people on the path with you. Now I want to tell you about the next video I've got for you. It's called From Chaos to Order. You're going to love this one. In fact, I think it will be your favorite in the series. I'm going to walk you through the importance of transforming chaos to order. It's really cool, and I think you're going to love it. But right now, please scroll down, and if you like this video, please hit the like button and leave a comment for me.